Viral. Jungkook's vacation moments that shouldn't be recorded. Vacations are supposed to be the most private space for an idol, especially for Jungkook, who has lived under the camera for years. But this time, the world seemed to forget that he was also an ordinary man who just wanted to enjoy the sea breeze, the sun's smile, and a moment of calm. A small moment that was not intended for the public suddenly leaked into cyberspace and instantly turned into a massive viral, leaving armies around the world wide open, speechless, and wondering, how can moments that are so personal actually become global consumption? The story begins with a short video that is initially unclear origin. The duration is only a few seconds, but the impact is like a huge wave hitting social media hard. In the footage, Jungkook is seen walking leisurely on a beach, without makeup, without professional cameras, without staff around, without perfect lighting as is commonly seen on stage or photo shoots. Only a young person wants to feel freedom, be alone, calm, and seem as if breathing carefree air. But the calm collapsed when the public realized. The tape turned out to be taken without his knowledge. Army is torn between admiration for Jungkook's natural charm and anger that his privacy has been compromised. Many claim to be devastated to see how he couldn't even enjoy his day off without a hidden camera following him. But on the other hand, netizens did not stop talking about one detail that was considered not supposed to be recorded. In the footage, Jungkook can be seen pausing, staring at the waves, then wiping his face in a gesture he rarely shows in public. That expression was not the expression of an idol superstar, it was the expression of a human being who was thinking about something heavy, as if holding many stories that were never revealed. An expression too frank, too fragile, too human for the size of a global celebrity. And precisely because of this, the video immediately exploded. Many said they had never seen Jungkook that authentic. There was silence in his movements, there was shade in the way he looked at the sea, and there was a kind of emotion that was incomprehensible yet felt real. There are also speculations that Jungkook is undergoing an introspective phase in his life, given the year he lived full of boisterous career, promotions, international spotlight, until the pressure that never really stopped. The media is heating up the atmosphere. Headlines sprung up with various speculations. Is Jungkook under stress? Was he thinking of something heavy? Is this vacation actually an escape from the exhausting routine? But the army knows that much speculation is excessive. All just come from pieces of video without context, but the world seems to be competing to create their own stories. Ironically, in the midst of that frenzy, the most disturbing thing is the fact that the video was taken without permission. Some fans even revealed feelings of guilt. They enjoy seeing Jungkook's personal side, but they know that it's not something the public should consume. There is a long debate between the desire to protect the idol and the curiosity that is difficult to control. A phenomenon that has always followed the life of great artists like Jungkook. Even if he wants to hide, the world always wants to see. What made the situation even hotter was when one additional detail from the video surfaced. Just before the video ends, Jungkook is seen chuckling. A laugh that is not a stage laugh, not a variety show laugh, not a gimmick laugh, but rather a slow, sincere, and perhaps a little bitter laugh, as if a memory had crossed his mind. The laughter made millions wonder, what was he really thinking? Why is it so quiet, yet so far away? Some entertainment observers have even speculated that Jungkook may be in the process of a new maturation as an artist as well as a human being. In recent years, he has grown not only as an idol, but as an individual who has his own world outside of the grand stage. And the vacation moments that should have been his hiding place actually showed a side of him that he almost never showed. The concerned army feels that the video should have been removed, but the internet world is moving much faster than empathy. The more asked to delete, the more accounts actually re-upload, share, and comment. Viral is inevitable. Every piece of Jungkook's movement became a discussion. From the way he smoothed his hair in the wind to the way he took a deep breath as if trying to make peace with himself. But amid the rush of conversation, there is one thing that many fans are slowly beginning to understand. Jungkook is a human being who needs space. He is not an entertainment industry robot, not a camera doll, not a perfect icon who always has to look cheerful. That leaked moment is just one small piece of evidence that even someone who looks as strong and untouchable as he is has times where he just wants to be an ordinary Jungkook. As the video went viral, some big fan sites took the bold step of refusing to reshare it and calling for Jungkook's privacy to be respected. The hashtag #RespectJungkookPrivacy was also trending on several platforms. The moment became an important point that reminded everyone that the line between celebrity and personal life must be maintained, even when curiosity is so tempting. Even so, it cannot be denied that this little moment that should not have been recorded has left a trace in the hearts of many people. There was something so human about the way Jungkook stood staring at the sea, as if he was talking to himself, asking for time, asking for breath. An honesty that is rarely seen, but when it appears, it becomes very strong and touching. Now that the virus has slowly died down, many are beginning to realize that Jungkook may have been keeping more stories than he was showing. And that leaked vacation moment, while controversial, has opened many people's eyes to a different side of him. A calmer, more mature, deeper, yet also more vulnerable side, a reminder that despite his global superstar status, Jungkook is still a human being who deserves to enjoy his vacation without fear of hidden cameras. But that's the way the world is. Sometimes what's not supposed to be seen becomes the most viral. An ARMY can now only hope that, despite this viral storm, Jungkook still finds a safe space for himself even though the world keeps trying to record his every move. When the virus has not completely subsided, one new fact emerges that makes the situation even more complicated. The location where Jungkook is vacationing is not a public place that tourists usually visit. The area is known as the private zone, often rented celebrities and public figures who want to avoid the crowds. Then the question becomes much more stressful. Who dares to take the tape where it should be safe? How can someone be close enough to record without being noticed? And what gave the ARMY the most goosebumps? Did that person deliberately follow him? Speculation began to rule the digital space. Some suspect the footage was taken by a stranger who happened to be passing by, but many others believe there was something bigger than that. Some fans who understand the entertainment world say that it is impossible for someone to take footage that is so stable, so clear, and so precisely focused without adequate equipment. Ordinary people do not take high-resolution cameras with them to remote beaches. That's not a coincidence that in the midst of the riddle, Jungkook himself was silent. No official statement, no clarification, no new uploads. The silence only added to the drama of the situation. Because all this time, although rarely, Jungkook usually shows little signs if anything is bothering him, at least through Weverse or a short live. This time is different. He was completely immersed in silence, making many fans imagine how he felt when he found out his vacation was compromised. Some ARMY began to associate this silence with Jungkook's introverted side, which he often admitted to himself. When the world is too noisy, he chooses to withdraw. When circumstances begin to make him feel overwhelmed, he tends to shut up and process everything personally. And in this case, private video